While Minority Leader Haruna Iddrisu is asking Ghanaians to guard against religious chauvinism, the Tamale South MP told JoyNews on the sidelines of the Eid celebrations in the Northern Regional Capital that he believes the decision of the Wesley Girls High School, which has been seconded by the Methodist Church, has the potential to spark an interfaith row in the country. He spoke with my colleague Manuel Kranting at the Lamishegu Park in Tamale.
We need to guard against the emergence of religious chauvinism in Ghana, and we must all jealously protect and preserve the peace of our country, the harmony that exists. Ghana has a reputation of peaceful coexistence and religious tolerance. We do not need to engage in any action that will undermine that respected reputation of our country as an oasis of peace. We should not sacrifice a peace on the altar of religious differences, but fundamental human rights and freedoms, including the right to freedom of belief and freedom of conscience, are not divisible rights. And therefore, every Ghanaian is entitled to the full benefits of those rights, including Muslim girls and Muslim boys. We simply demand respect to that inalienable constitutional right of the right to belief and the right to freedom of conscience. It is not a right that is divisible. And as I said, it's important that we preserve the peace of the country, we continue to coexist, and we continue to tolerate each other even in our differences. Let's not undermine the peace of the country on the altar of religious superiority.
But how do you react to the argument that indeed, just as we talk about rights, the church, for instance, also has a right to establish institutions to further its cause and so on? That's the argument that the Methodist Church, for instance, makes, that this is a school that we have established to, as it were, expand and propagate the message of the Methodist Church. And for that reason, they're claiming that right. Is this something that you don't agree with?
I said every Ghanaian child, including the Muslim child, has the right to the benefit guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution, including the right to freedom of belief and freedom of conscience. That right, in my view, is vested in that young man. He has that right.
Some journalists with CTFM, City TV, just quickly, I just want to pick your thoughts on that. But they make a point that he was filming, in an authorized zone, a security zone. You've heard that. When you heard it, what was your initial reaction?
Nana Addo Dankwa and his MPP government is reducing Ghana to a police state. And that is not acceptable. The rise of journalism to film is to provide evidence of what they have seen and to report what is real and what is practical, what is wrong. I think the excesses are getting too much. This government must watch it. I at least expected that this will happen under Nana Akufo-Addo as president of Ghana. He probably was only preaching and preserving fundamental human rights and freedoms, only seeking office of president, but not serving with respect for those rights and freedoms as president. That's very disappointing, and those journalists are entitled to practice their trade and vocation freely without any interference. Independence Square.
Well, this was at the National Security Installation at Blue Gate.
National security installation, and it is a way that the arrest could have been done, not in a manner which protects the dignity guaranteed in Article 15 of the Constitution. Must they read them in that Gestapo style, as if they were reading another Radio Gold?